Greetings, my beautiful lovelies. It's Emmy. How are you? It's great to see you and welcome back. Today's video is sponsored by HelloFresh. HelloFresh is the food delivery service that brings fresh ingredients right to your doorstep so you can make a meal super quick and easy. Make delicious food a priority this spring with HelloFresh. HelloFresh makes it super easy. Just go and choose your meals. There are so many to choose from, over 45 different recipes to choose from, including fit and wholesome recipes that come in under 650 calories per serving. And HelloFresh's ready in 20-minute recipes gets food on the table quick. HelloFresh makes it super simple and easy. Just choose your meals and your delivery date, and HelloFresh will deliver your food right to your doorstep. HelloFresh takes care of all the shopping, and pre-portioned ingredients means less time spent on prep, and you can just get started cooking. This week we had the Tex-Mex plant-based protein pasta bake, and my kids said this was the best HelloFresh recipe ever. They crushed it and they loved it. So when you sign up today, you'll unlock free apps for life. Get the party started or enjoy a little pre-dinner treat with an appetizer of your choice with every HelloFresh box for life. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code emmymadeapps for free appetizers for life. One appetizer per box while the subscription is active. Go to HelloFresh.com and use code emmymadeapps for free appetizers for life. A big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video so I can make better videos for all of you. Alrighty, my lovelies, today we're going to be making chocolate pudding, but out of a somewhat unconventional ingredient. We're going to be using hard-boiled eggs. Big thanks to lovely Kristen for getting in touch with me with this recipe. I'd never heard of it before, although I have used hard-boiled eggs to make chocolate chip cookies before. Put the link down below. I have never used it to make chocolate pudding. Today's recipe is inspired by Maria Emmerich, who came up with this recipe. It's supposed to be quite keto friendly because we're going to be using predominantly eggs. So we're going to be making a little dessert out of eggs, lots of protein. Does that make it healthy? Not sure, kind of depends on how you define what healthy means, but we're going to be making it because I am so curious. I want to know if this chocolate pudding tastes like hard-boiled eggs. What's the texture going to be like? Am I going to feel little bits of egg white? Hard-boiled egg whites are kind of bouncy. You know what I mean? Are we going to get it smooth? Is the chocolate and the vanilla going to be enough to overcome the power of the flavor of hard-boiled eggs is what I really want to know. I don't know. That's why I'm here, because I gotta find out. Alrighty, my lovelies, enough jibber jabber. Let's go ahead and get started. We're gonna need some hard-boiled eggs, and I wanna share with you my favorite way to boil eggs so that the peel comes off nicely. So, got a bunch of eggs from my hens. Aren't they gorgeous? Thank you, beautiful girls. I've got a pot of rapidly boiling water here, and I'm going to place my eggs directly in there. Now, some of them might crack, but that's okay, because we are going to be blending these up. Because we're putting the eggs into a very hot environment, and the proteins inside immediately contract away from the sides of the inside of the shell. This is what I've been told, and so that makes it really easy to peel them. Alrighty, lovelies, it has been 10 minutes, and now we will extract our cooked eggs and place them into a bowl of cold water. Now, the cold water does a couple of things. Number one, it will make it easier for us to handle the eggs, of course, because they're very hot. And number two, and almost more importantly, it will prevent the yolks from going green or gray. You know, sometimes when you cut a hard-boiled egg open and there's like a green kind of grayish ring around your egg yolk. Well, apparently that happens when the egg is very hot and stays hot. So if you cool it down immediately, drop a pen described exactly what happens scientifically with like sulfur molecules and all that good stuff, but I don't remember what that was. At any rate, this will prevent it. It'll keep your yolks nice and sunny and yellow. Oh my gosh, look at this one. This one's so cute. It's like a little friend sleeping on the egg. Cute. It's like a little, I don't know what, a little baby dragon or something. Tap, tap, tap. I also like to roll them like this, and they practically jump out of the shell. Look. Boom. So easy. Don't need any kind of gadget. Nothing. Boom. So easy. Rinse and repeat. So, tap, tap, tap. If they're hard cooked, you can just roll them. If they're soft cooked, I wouldn't do that because then your yolk will end up all over the place. You can just roll them and it's so easy to peel them. See, just go like that. Don't even need to run it under the tap water. Look, boom. And these are fresh eggs. There's no little dimple at the bottom. That's like the air bubble that happens. The older your egg, the bigger that air bubble will be. But because we have hens that lay eggs daily, we have really fresh eggs. So oftentimes people will say, oh, if the eggs are really fresh, they're gonna be hard to peel. And that's true, they are harder to peel, but these are pretty fresh, just a couple days old. And with this method, they're still very easy to peel. Look at that, gorgeous, so easy. Look, so perfect. And eggs are so perfect. Let me show you what they look like inside just to confirm that the yolks are nice and bright and yellow. Here's our just cooked egg, cut down the middle. Beautiful. Look how sunny they are. Gorgeous. Alrighty, next we're gonna dump everything into our blender. It's important to have one of these high-speed blenders, either a Vitamix, a NutriBullet, something that spins really, really quickly so we get a very smooth pudding. Eggs into the bucket. Look at that. Shiny, gleaming hard-boiled eggs. I've never pureed hard-boiled eggs before. 1 can of coconut milk. Now we're gonna add a couple bloops of vanilla. Cocoa powder, this is unsweetened, and this is Dutch processed cocoa powder. It's a little bit darker and in my opinion a little chocolatier. And some sweetener. The recipe says natural sweetener, 1/2 cup. So I imagine it could be maple syrup, it could be honey. I'm using the white dust called cane sugar. Boom, right in there. See those eggs in there? Those are hard-boiled eggs. Wow. Alrighty, we're just gonna blend this up until it's smooth. Here we go. And we blend this up until we don't see any more chunks. You know, looks nice and smooth. This thing is really loud. Like definitely loud. Okay. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. What in the world is that? Oh my gosh, that's amazing. Look at that emulsification. Look how glossy that is. Impressive. It's like bouncy, like pudding. Eggs are a natural emulsifier. They're used in all kinds of desserts to get that really luscious texture because there's fat in it, but it naturally gets oils to stay in suspension in water. But I never knew you could do that with hard-boiled eggs. Okay, now we have to just taste it. It tastes like coconut. It does have just a hint of an eggy flavor, like a custard. Mostly I taste coconut though, which I'm disappointed by because I love chocolate. The recipe does say that you're supposed to chill this for optimal flavor so that the flavors can meld together, and if there's any eggy flavors, they're supposed to dissipate entirely overnight with chilling. I'm gonna add another 1/4 cup of sugar because I want this sweet. I'm not trying to make anything healthy here. I want something that tastes like pudding is what I want. Oh. Now I'm going to pour these into ramekins, very thick, luscious. Ooh. I'm going to chill these overnight and we will taste these tomorrow. I'm also going to freeze a batch in the freezer and see if they taste at all like Fudgesicles. Alrighty, my lovelies, see you tomorrow. I'm back to taste the hard-boiled egg chocolate pudding. After it has sat for a while, apparently, and chilled, it's supposed to taste even better. So let's give it a go. When I tasted it warm, it definitely tasted slightly eggy, not unpleasantly so. Kind of like when you have a warm pumpkin pie, for example, there's just a little bit of a kind of custardy egg flavor. But mostly what I tasted was coconut, to be honest. So I'm curious to see if the chocolate flavors are enhanced or strengthened after this period of rest. Look at that. So glossy and shiny. And let's see how it is after it's chilled. Whoa, look at that. It's like a mousse. Itadakimasu. Wow, The texture is so silky, smooth, whipped, airy, light. Very silky and moussey, but very coconutty. I think the texture is excellent. Just like pudding, but a little fluffier. And when I say pudding, my benchmark is the Jell-O chocolate pudding, the kind that comes pre-made in those cups. This is lighter and fluffier and less sweet, although for me, this is sweet enough. But what I don't like is how strong the coconut flavor is. I feel like it really competes with the chocolate. Chocolate's there, but I want it to be chocolatier. So if I were to make this again, I might melt maybe an ounce or two of unsweetened, like baker's chocolate, give more of a chocolatey flavor. I think substituting whole milk or half and half instead of the coconut milk, if you can have dairy, would definitely take care of that coconut issue for me. The reason why I didn't go with that substitution is because I really wanted the texture to be correct. And so sometimes when you mess around with recipes, it changes your results in ways that are negative. So to get a benchmark, you have to start with the recipe the way it was intended, and then you can tweak it to your own taste, because otherwise you don't have any kind of control, right? You have no place to work from. And by the way, it does not taste eggy at all. Not a trace. It tastes like a chocolate coconut mousse. So I also did this little experiment. I scooped the same mixture into some paper cups and put a little popsicle stick in it to see if it would come out Fudgesicle-like. This reminds me of making popsicles when I was a kid. You take the aluminum foil and then you put the popsicle stick in there, and the aluminum foil will hold the stick in place. Cute, right? In this case, I had little short popsicle sticks, so it didn't really need the foil in that sense, but plastic wrap does not stick well to paper cups. So paper cups are nice because then you can just do this. You don't need any special molds. You can just peel the paper away. Clunky, yes, but we got ourselves a little Fudgesicle. Let's give it a taste. Alrighty, itadakimasu. Look at that texture. A little icy, but pretty smooth. I think I like it slightly better frozen. I feel like I don't taste the coconut flavor as strongly, and it might taste a little bit more chocolatey. Yes. So if I were to make this again for the specific purpose of making Fudgesicles, I would add even more sugar, maybe another quarter cup, because the sweetness is definitely muted now that it's frozen, but so is the coconut flavor, which I appreciate. I think both recipes are successful in their own right. The pudding has a delicious, wonderful, silky, decadent texture, while the Fudgesicle also has a great texture too. Kind of the perfect balance between icy and ice creamy. Alrighty, my lovelies, there you have it. That's how you can make chocolate pudding out of hard-boiled eggs. Alrighty, my lovelies, thanks so much for watching, and big thanks to HelloFresh for sponsoring this video. You can click the link down below or head over to hellofresh.com and use my code emmymadeapps to receive free apps for life. Thanks again for watching. I hope you enjoyed that one. I hope you learned something. Please share this video with your friends. Follow me on social media, like this video, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one. Toodaloo, take care, bye! There was a burp brewing.